There are places on this planet so surreal, so otherworldly, you'd swear they were made with CGI. Floating mountains, glowing caves, rainbow-colored deserts. But here's the kicker. Every single one of these places is 100% real. No green screen, no effects. Just showing off. In this video, we're taking you on a journey to the most unbelievable locations on the planet. Places that look fake, but aren't. Some are hidden, some are dangerous, some you can visit right now. And one of them may not be around much longer. Let's begin. High up in the Peruvian Andes, far beyond the reach of cities and cell towers, lies a place that looks like someone spilled paint all over the mountains. Locals call it Vinicunca. Most people know it as Rainbow Mountain, and yes, it really looks like that. Picture layers of red, turquoise, yellow and violet bands wrapped around a jagged ridge like geological candy. These colors come from sedimentary layers rich in iron, copper, and sulfur, exposed over millions of years and sculpted by wind, ice, and time. Getting there isn't easy. You'll hike for hours through thin air at over 5,000 meters elevation. You'll feel it in your lungs. But once you reach the summit, the view is so unreal, so dreamlike, that everything else fades away. It's not just a hike, it's like stepping onto another planet, no filter required. Most people picture Santorini as white houses and blue rooftops, but venture beyond the postcards and you'll find something stranger. Better and far more dramatic. Red Beach. Nestled between towering cliffs, this beach looks like it was carved from Martian rock. The sand is deep crimson, the cliffs are blood red, and the sea, crystal blue. The contrast is shocking. It's the result of volcanic activity thousands of years ago. Eruptions buried the island in ash and lava, sculpting the coast to bizarre shapes and colors. Today, it's one of the only places on Earth where you can swim in turquoise waters while surrounded by fiery red stone. It feels like something out of a fantasy novel. But it's real, and it's fate. If you drop someone blindfolded onto Socotra Island and told them they were on Earth, they might not believe you. Located off the coast of Yemen in the Arabian Sea, Socotra is often called the most alien-looking place on the planet, and it lives up to the name. The island is home to hundreds of plant and animal species that exist nowhere else. The most famous, the dragon blood tree. These trees look like giant mushrooms or upside-down umbrellas. Their thick, gnarled trunks twist into dense canopies that shade the rocky ground. When cut, they bleed a dark red sap, one source once used in ancient medicine and alchemy. The landscape is dry, rugged, and surreal. Think Dr. Seuss meets Mad Max. Tourism is rare, access is limited, and development is minimal, which makes Socotra one of the last truly untouched places on Earth. If you ever get the chance to go, go. There's nowhere else like it. Imagine flying over the coast of Western Australia and spotting a lake that looks bubblegum pink. Not pale, not salmon, bright neon pink. That's Lake Hillier. And no, it's not dyed, it's not Photoshop, it really is that color, every day, every season. Scientists believe the color comes from a unique combination of algae and salt-loving bacteria that thrive in the lake's extreme conditions. The high salinity makes it nearly impossible for anything else to live there. But these organisms thrive, and they turn the water pink. Even stranger, if you scoop the water into a bottle, it stays pink. It's only visible by air or by boat as it sits on a remote island off the coast. No roads, no tourists, just pink lake surrounded by deep and dense green forest. It looks fake, but it's as real as it gets. In southwestern Turkey, there's a place that looks like a frozen waterfall. Frozen Mar, except it's not frozen and it's not a waterfall. Welcome to Pamukkale. The name means cotton castle in Turkish, and that's exactly what it looks like. A white cascading fortress made of soft mineral terraces. But what you're seeing is actually travertine deposits of calcium carbonate left behind by hot spring water that's flowed down the mountainside for thousands of years. The water is warm, rich in minerals, and pools in shallow basins that shimmer in the sun. Visitors can walk barefoot across the terraces and soak in the ancient thermal waters. It's one of the only places in the world where you can feel like you're walking on clouds while standing on stone. And here's a bonus. Right next to Pamukkale lies the ancient city of Hierapolis. Roman ruins, an amphitheater, and a hot spring Cleopatra reportedly bathed in. One location, 2 time machines. Beneath the surface of northern Mexico lies a cave that looks like Superman's fortress, the Cave of Crystals, or Cueva de los Cristales in the Sur Delfa, is home to some of the largest natural crystals ever found. We're talking giant selenite pillars over 30 feet long, weighing up to 55 tons. These translucent towers stretch across the cave in all directions, forming a surreal crystal jungle that glows when light hits it. It's hot, humid, and deadly without protective gear. The cave was sealed off for over 500,000 years. When miners drilled into the chamber in 2000, they uncovered a geologic miracle. Sadly, the cave is closed to the public due to extreme conditions. Temperatures reach 58 degrees Celsius or 136 degrees Fahrenheit, with nearly 100% humidity. But photos and footage have preserved this unbelievable landscape forever. It may be hidden underground, but it's very, very real. If you ever find yourself in Bohol, Philippines, you'll spot something strange. Hundreds of perfectly cone-shaped hills stretching as far as the eye can see. They're called the Chocolate Hills. Not because they're made of chocolate, but because in the dry season, the grass covering them turns brown, making the entire landscape look like a field of giant chocolate drops. There are over 1,200 hills, almost identical in shape and size, spread over 50 square kilometers. Scientists say they're limestone formations, shaped by erosion and time. Locals have legends, of course. One says 2 giants had a rock-throwing fight and left the hills behind. Another claims they're the tears of a heartbroken shit. Whether myth or geology, the result is a place that looks more animated than real, like a Pixar backdrop come to life. Why? Antarctica isn't just ice. There's actually a part of it that's bone dry. And honestly, it looks a bit like Mars. The dry valleys of Antarctica are, well, one of the most extreme deserts on Earth. No snow, no ice, just red-brown dirt, rock, and wind everywhere you look. The area gets less than 10 millimeters of precipitation per year. That's even drier than the Sahara, believe it or not. What's really fascinating is that this super hostile environment closely resembles conditions on Mars. In fact, NASA actually uses the valleys to simulate Mars missions. You'll find frozen lakes with liquid water under ice, these really strange patterned grounds, and even something called blood falls, which is a waterfall that oozes red brine from underground because of iron-rich salt water. If aliens landed here, they'd probably feel right at home. And it's not a sci-fi set. It's just Antarctica, doing what it does best. Extremes. From the sky, it looks just like an eye in the middle of the ocean. Deep, dark, mysterious. This is the Great Blue Hole. A giant marine sinkhole off the coast of Belize, almost perfectly circular and over 300 meters wide. The hole plunges more than 120 meters straight down. Divers descend past sheer limestone walls, stalactites, and honestly, just eerie silence. It's one of the most famous dive sites in the world. What makes it surreal isn't just the depth. Intense navy blue water against the turquoise reef gives you this wild illusion of a portal to another dimension. It's hypnotic, beautiful, and absolutely real. When James Cameron designed the floating mountains of Pandora in Avatar, he didn't actually make them up. He was inspired by a real place, Wulingyuan, China. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is home to over 3,000 sandstone pillars that rise straight up from the forest floor. Some are over 200 meters tall. They're covered in mist, moss, and, plenty of mystery. On foggy days, they literally look like they're floating. The pillars were formed over millions of years through erosion, earthquakes, and weathering. The result? A natural skyscraper forest that just defies logic. There are walkways, glass bridges, and even an outdoor elevator built right into one of the cliffs. But the real magic is standing on the top and watching clouds weave between the towers like a slow-motion dream. It doesn't look like Earth, but it is, and it's waiting. So, what did we learn? Our planet is weird, beautiful, surprising, from glowing caves to pink lakes, from alien islands to crystal cathedrals. Earth has no shortage of places that look fake, but are 100% real. And here's the best part. Many of these places are actually accessible. You don't need a spaceship, just curiosity and a passport. If you enjoyed this journey, hit the like button, subscribe to Trail Echo, and tap that notification bell. We've got more unbelievable destinations coming your way. Comment below. Which of these blew your mind the most? Or tell us, what's the most surreal place you've ever visited? Thanks for watching. And hey, never stop exploring.